So now that we've sort of gone through the intricacies of what the actual family is, let's go back into the actual model and show how this is implemented. So when we look at how these are in here, you can clearly see we have here an area of active usage, and then we have an area of bypass. It was very important to the client that graphically we did not show an empty elevator cabin here when there was not an active door opening. If we also start to look at this, when we look at what the heights were of the section here and what these elevator, top elevation of middle bypass, top elevation of upper usage, all of that came from the way that our levels are set up. So when you look over here, that's the part that becomes the instance parameter. So if I look at my pull-down menu, I can see that I have a one-door middle, front, two-speed counterweight, two bypass that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types within this one family instead of 7 different families. So that when I make adjustments to this very typical elevator, I can go to one family and make those adjustments, and it's going to populate everywhere throughout my project. And then if there's something that I need to change specifically to the types, I'm controlling that here in the types. So if I go to edit type, we now see all of those other text parameters and dimensional parameters that we added in that start to show us floors served, what the door width is, what all of the dimensional things are, but we're not seeing our formulas for our areas of usage, because the areas of usage are our instance parameters that we're seeing here. And the way that we're doing this is we're basically using our levels, which, let me see if I get the levels schedule. Hopefully this opens fast. It's a very big file. There we go. So we're using our level schedule based on, we know that this starts at Tower A lobby, so I know that my starting elevation is 50 feet, and then I bypass, I believe, it to level 10. And so you can see that based off of this level schedule, we're starting to get the exact elevational dimensions that need to be logged in here in order to populate the formulas that are showing us either active use or bypass use. So the next level of this is, how do we all get all of this information in one place so that the elevator consultant can send me a spec, they can send me a cut sheet, I can compare those two, make sure that they make sense, I can make all of the changes to my family, I can implement it in my model, I can get it on a set of CDs, and then now I can get it into a schedule that can be printed and very easily tracked for any errors, because all of this is live information in our model with every single one of these fields being fully vetted and determined by the client, by the PMs, of what categories do we need to show. So based on that vetting process, that's how we determined what new parameters did we need to make, which parameters in those specs did we not want to show based on responsibility and scope of who's doing what. But you can start to see very clearly, you know, the mark, where things are going, how many stops there are, the floors that are served, what the total travel distance is, inside car dimension, cab width, cab depth, shaft width, shaft depth. And so, you know, tracking some 90 elevators is a pretty timely task. And so this made it very easy. Okay, print this out. Let's look at the spec. Let's look at the cut sheets. And basically, this went from about a week to sometimes 2-week-long process down to about 1 or 2 days. That could very quickly be done by one person, which of course saved a ton of time, a ton of money, a ton of headache, and also made any design changes, especially in the restack where you come to, you know, 5 levels get taken out of this and your program changes, and what used to be a sky lobby is no longer a sky lobby, and now the area of usage of those sky lobby elevators needs to change. And instead of a whole team tackling this graphically, again, we're down to one, maybe two people being able to get this done in the span of less than a day. So when we get to the, let's go back to the lobby level, the previous one. And then also too, which you can just see the level of complexity, this fireman service elevator is a 7 bypass elevator. At one point this used to be a 9 bypass elevator because it didn't stop on mechanical levels, it didn't stop on certain ones. So you can see that the complexity that 90 elevators can present, we really were able to get this down into a very manageable amount of families, not only so that just this specific tower can use it, the connecting retail podium uses it, the platform uses it, and then now several other projects within the office are using this same system on an even higher level of lessons learned from this process and what we've done here. So when we look at just, the result of the software and our on-site consulting, it's really just that, in combining the overall umbrella planning session with the technology and taking a moment to really look at BIM and look at the tool and look at the workflow and really work through the process and really go through what did we graphically want to see, what did we quantitatively want to see, what were the specifications, what's represented, what's tracked, what's being checked. And what came out of that is a very, very reliable interactive model that still to this day, as of yesterday, is still referenced on a daily basis in documentation, meetings, submittals, RFIs, shop drawings that come in for the design team, and then additional design changes that are happening as different tenants come in and these elevators need to go to different places. That some of these usages were literally changed yesterday morning, and the model is already accurate, the schedule is accurate, everything that needs to go out is accurate. So we presented a very clear set and precise documents that again went into time savings, cost savings, and also a very high level of accountability between all the players involved, from the elevator consultants to a client, to the contractor, to the bid sets. It really heightened the accountability of everyone involved, making this a much more streamlined process that, to my knowledge, has been one of the most successful VT packages that has ever gone out here because of how efficiently we're able to document, track, change, and then document, track, and change again. From elevator consultant through design team to Microdesk consultant to a series of very well documented questions, so that when the team says, we have an elevator change, the team already knows the information that you need of, where does it stop? Are we showing active? Are we showing bypass? What's our door configuration? What's our overrun configuration? What's our bypass configuration? So that they know the questions to ask, because that transfer of knowledge has occurred. They know what questions to ask, so they bring that concise problem, and it's turned around usually in less than an hour. Every now and then it's a little bit more, depending on if you have to make a 9 bypass elevator. It takes a little bit more than 5 minutes, but definitely not the length of time that it used to do. So, the things from this demo really are showing how we used Revit to leverage the BIMscape at the client, and how we did a combination of incorporating Autodesk technology solutions and Microdesk consulting services into one easy solution.